So welcome back to another episode. I'm currently at the airport, ready to depart. I'm leaving Miami for a work trip. I am heading to Paris for the Roland Garros tennis tournament. I'm super excited. It is my first work trip from Miami itself, so I was a little bit apprehensive about leaving Princess alone, She's not alone. I dropped her to my friend's house, who has 2 other little dogs, and so Princess is being spoiled while I travel. And that's given me a lot of comfort, actually. So I dropped her off this morning and went back to finish packing. And the thing is, I didn't really pack in front of her. I didn't want her to get nervous or feel like I was leaving. So I literally did it in the couple of hours I had between dropping her off and then heading to the airport. I said, alhamdulillah, it all worked out. And of course I overpacked. It's just crazy. Once I arrive in Paris, I have a fully booked schedule. I have fittings, I have a nail appointment, I have a lunch, I'm seeing friends, of course I have my work commitments, and then I head off to Monaco for the Formula One. For those of you that don't know me, I am a huge F1 girly. I love Formula One. It's my favorite sport. I'm not really into other sports as much. Last year I watched every single race, every single qualifying, every single sprint. So I'm really happy to be going back again for the race this year. I am a McLaren fan. I think they're calling my flight to board, so I'll see you on the other side. In Philadelphia. It's my first time here. Of course, only transit in the airport. I'm actually quite impressed with this airport. It's huge. I had no idea that Philadelphia was such a hub. I'd love to come back and visit, of course, another time. I should be hopping on my flight to Paris soon. I think I'm gonna get something to eat. I can find a nice place to eat. I'm looking for a proper restaurant. Get something to eat because I don't like to eat on planes. I had to do this route because of the arrival time. I have to arrive at a certain time in Paris for the event. I've got fittings before, so this was the option. But I guess living in America now means that I will probably be doing more of this kind of traveling, and I'm not used to it because in Dubai, direct flights everywhere and multiple flights a day. It's a little different here, but it's exciting and it's different. I'm here for the adventure. I told you guys before.
famished, this is my salad. So this restaurant is really famous for their fried chicken. So I ordered the salad with the fried chicken. I'm almost finished. Can I tell you? This fried chicken. This is meant to be very famous fried chicken in Philadelphia. I'm super lucky to have tried this in the airport. I feel better now that I'm ready for the next leg of my journey. That was a great meal, and now I'm making my way to the gate to get on my flight to Paris. Hi! Thank you. Good, thank you.
Paris. When you land in the city, something just takes over you, and no matter how you are, you just keep going.
Thank you.
So I just arrived from the red-eye overnight flight from the States in Paris. I slept a little bit, but not that much, but I feel good. I'm on my way now for my first meeting, and then I think I'm gonna do my nails, and then I have my fitting. You know, it was so interesting. I had 2 flights. The first flight, the captain was a woman, and the second flight, the captain was a woman, and now I've arrived in Paris, and the driver is a woman. What amazing luck. First stop was definitely a must-needed, delicious lunch, which I had over a meeting and a catch-up. After lunch, I was meant to have a pedicure, but there was no time, and instead I had to go straight to my fitting at Golden Goose. For those of you that don't know the brand, Golden Goose was founded in Venice, Italy in the year 2000 by a husband and wife duo in a garage turned studio in Marghera. What they built from that garage is now one of the most recognized luxury brands in the world. They're best known for their iconic handcrafted sneakers, with each pair made by Italian artisans, with each one deliberately distressed and finished by hand. But the brand has expanded far beyond footwear into ready-to-wear bags and accessories, built on the same philosophy of individuality and what the brand likes to call a lived-in aesthetic, a luxury that feels real and not too pristine. I personally am in love with the fabrics that they use, the tailoring and the attention to detail. And what's really special at Golden Goose is the personalization element, and that's exactly what I'm doing with the blazer. After I finished my fitting, I headed to check in and get organized and ready for the next day. The next day, I was picked up by the amazing team at Delsey Paris. Delsey Paris is a French luggage brand established in 1946 and one of the most iconic French travel brands in existence. Funnily enough, and this is a great fact, it is responsible for the major innovations in luggage, including the invention of the trolley system in 1972. Yeah, so like those rolly suitcases, they were invented by Delsey. So we're at the Delsey showroom. I just want to take you here into the vintage section. Delsey actually take their time to search online for vintage pieces of Delsey suitcases. And this was the first ever rolling suitcase that was designed by Delsey in 1972. They did not exist before that, so they are the pioneers of the rolling suitcase that we all use today. And what's so special about this trip with Delsey is their relationship with Roland Garros. Since 2019, Delsey Paris has been an official partner of the French Open, a natural union given that both brands are from Paris. Every year, they create an exclusive collection inspired by the iconic clay courts of Roland Garros, and their presence at the tournament is a fixture of the event. After my meetings at the showroom, we headed to lunch at Hotel Coste. If you know Paris, you know Hotel Coste. I was there for the men's singles. The partners and sponsors all have their own boutiques at the venue, and it was completely packed. Visited the Delsey Paris shop and then walked around. We started off by passing by the VIP private lounge. Then headed towards our seats. A beige linen suit with gold detailing, a half trench coat with crystal embellishments because it was raining, and of course all in Golden Goose. Roland Garros, the French Open. It is one of the 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments and the only one in the world played on clay. It began in 1891 as a French-only competition and opened to international players in 1925. It has actually been held at this stadium since 1928. There's about 1 to 2 millimeters of crushed red brick that give them their famous deep red color. It slows the ball and creates a higher bounce and makes the matches significantly more physically demanding than any other surface, which is why many consider it the most grueling Grand Slam of all 4. change and prepare for the next day. As quickly as it began, Paris was over and I had to pack for the train to Monaco. Now this year is quite significant for the Formula One. The Monaco Grand Prix has been moved from its traditional late May slot to early June. So now it's quite separate from the Cannes Film Festival, which is what I went to last year. I attended both Cannes and the Monaco F1, but this year they are separate. Formula One is redesigning its calendar to reduce the amount of freight shipping between races. I decided to take the train from Paris to Nice and then from Nice to Monaco, and honestly, during Formula One, this is probably the most sensible way to travel. The traffic and the congestion is an absolute nightmare during the Grand Prix, so this train cuts right through it quite cleanly. Make sure to stay tuned because my next vlog will be the Monaco Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed Paris as much as I did, and I'll see you in Monaco.